this is very nice. Hello one and all, and welcome to Seen Through Glass. Welcome to a PDK Porsche GT4. Obviously the second generation of the GT4, but the first time they've offered it with an automatic gearbox. And Porsche purists, don't come after me in the comments section, but I'm wondering whether this might be the better option for this car. I'm whispering because that's a controversial statement. We'll come back to it later, because first up, I'm headed to Podium Place in Newbury, home of Perla Specialty Coffee Roasters, the amazing team that make the Seen Through Glass blend, STG coffee. I need to pick up a couple of bags of beans for an upcoming live podcast event. I want to be able to serve STG coffee to all those that attend. And I also need to get a sample bag of coffee for Henry's Car Barn, a new kind of members club slash exclusive event space who are thinking of serving STG coffee from their bar, which would be amazingly cool. So it's a very busy day, full of coffee and full of very cool Porsches. Like that one right there, the new GT3 Touring. Oh, that's lovely, but we're going to come back for that another day. I love it though. Hey, how you doing? Could I have a STG blend flat white with oat milk? No? You refuse?
Of course you can.
Thank you so much. I mean, I'm tempted by one of these, but I'm not supposed to be eating cakey things. Yeah, just the coffee, Thank you. So yeah, if you haven't seen any of my videos from here before, this is Podium Cafe at Podium Place, and super coincidentally, this was not planned. There's a previous generation, 981 GT4, right here, and obviously that was manual only, but still super attractive, I think. It still looks fantastic, and about 20 grand cheaper than a modern 718 GT4. And Twiggy, what are you being a bit needy? Yeah, she's being a little bit needy. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to sit here, enjoy my coffee and the view. I've now, as I say, picked up my beans, which is what I came for. There was another reason I came down here, because they've set up a full motion-operated sim rig with a sort of hot lap challenge element. So yeah, the competitive part of me has said that I need to have a go at that before I leave. Anyway, for now, coffee. So here we go then. Look at this. Puts the STG HQ sim rig into, well, a bit of shame, doesn't it? This thing is outrageous, and here is the new leaderboard. Not many times said on it, because they literally just launched it this week. So I'm really hoping to, well, I think I can at least be in the top 3, right? Yeah, but it's a 157.2 that I've got to beat. It's around Silverstone in a Radical. This thing is insane. So once I get seated in it, the whole thing lifts up and moves and tilts as I drive around the circuit. So yeah, not sure I'm ready for this. Twiggy? Twiggy, do you want to have a... No, she's definitely lost interest. Right, wish me luck, people. But I could only have been third, which wouldn't have been the end of the world. So, but I'll take second. And considering I know John does, well, he's done about 400 laps. I think my 2.5 are fairly decent. So yeah, everyone, come on down, Podium, have a go, see if you can beat my time. I feel like quite a few of you will. At which point, I will be back for a lot more time on this thing, and maybe 4 or 5 more coffees to make sure I'm on my A game. Such an easy place to waste a lot of time. Firstly, just catching up with the Perla team, but then getting on that sim rig, and yeah, I was supposed to leave about 45 minutes ago. I'm now going to be late for my meeting at Henry's Car Barn, which is about an hour and a half north of here, I think. But the decent thing is they've got some properly good driving roads to get there, and a chance to start to experience this car properly. Let's go. Not care, but I get it off my chest. Today's not exactly going to plan. You may have noticed as I was leaving podium, I was pouring with sweat, and I mentioned then that I was about 45 minutes late. Well, I'm now about 2 hours late for my meeting at Henry's car barn because, oh my god, I've just been so frustrated. You know me, I always like to sort of over-film for my videos, flybys, drone shots, multiple GoPro angles, etc. Every time I've tried to do that today, I've encountered insane traffic, or a road closure, or a diversion, or a small country lane where all the hedges have overgrown and I can't really see around the corners. It's been a nightmare, and then this GoPro's been playing up. Essentially, this is my last attempt to talk about this car, and I really want to talk about this car because, well, I really like it. No surprise there, is it? I mean, it's a Porsche, it's a GT product, and, well, yeah, it was always going to be great, wasn't it? But actually, having said that, I didn't know that it would definitely be great, because, do you remember, last year I drove the 718 Spyder, which is essentially a convertible GT4. Okay, fine, there's a few differences, but fundamentally, it's the same thing. And as much as I love the idea of that car, and I still lust after one sort of aesthetic look, cosmetically, I don't know, I found the engine a bit uninspiring, a bit sort of dirgy, and I sort of said that, you know, to really get any character or persona from that car, you've really got to rev it out, and that's a hard thing to do because, like I'm sure you would have heard before, the GT4 and the Spyder has incredibly long gearing. You can do over 80 miles an hour in second gear, which means all of the UK can be done in second gear, and lower down in the revs it's a bit, it's not just the fact that it's a naturally aspirated engine and therefore, you know, a lot of the power is higher up in the rev range. It's just, I don't know, it's just a bit unemotive. However, as I suspected might be the case, this PDK gearbox has awoken this engine and this car. In my mind, I would only now choose a GT4 with the PDK. That's a mad thing for me to say and to admit, and I'm sure I'm gonna enrage many a Porsche enthusiast, but let me explain why I like it so much. Firstly, sort of, you know, the pros and cons, or at least the facts and stats of the PDK versus the manual. Here in the UK, it's a £2,000 option to have the automatic box. It adds 30 kilos to the overall weight of the car, but it reduces the 0 to 60 time by half a second. Porsche claim 3.9 seconds for a PDK GT4 and around 4.5 seconds for a manual GT4. Supposedly also a bit cleaner and a bit more economical, so better on the CO2 emissions and a tiny bit better on the MPG. But most importantly, I would say, are two things. Firstly, the fact that you get an extra gear. This is a 7-speed PDK compared to this 6-speed manual. And you get 10 extra Newton meters of torque. Doesn't sound like much, but actually makes a huge difference. And there we go, proof is in the pudding. I just overtook 3 cars in one go. Brilliant! So yes, that additional gear, that additional ratio, and that tiny little bit more torque just means that this car always feels a lot more responsive than the manual Spyder I drove last year was. It's just a bit more urgent. It puts you in that sweet spot of the rev range way more often, meaning the car just, well, it's so much more fun to drive. I have no idea how much of the sort of last segment you guys heard, because as I arrived here at Henry's car barn, I got an error message on my GoPro. So yeah, today's just been a bit of a fail. But anyway, some of you may recognize this place because when I revealed the color change on my Abarth Project Biposto, it was here, because in that unit right behind me is where Logic are based, the absolute geniuses who did the peelable paint for my Abarth. However, the actual Henry's car barn element of Henry's car barn has gone through some changes since I was last here. So let's head inside and check it out. Guys, how you doing? Hello. This place looks unreal.
A bit better than last time.
I mean, it looked good last time, but now it's looking really good.
Nearly full. I'd like to say finished.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I bought you a special, well, I bought you Twiggy, but I also bought you coffee.
Good coffee, thank you very much.
Well, I hope it's good coffee. You have to let me know what you think.
Tell me what you think.
Yeah, exactly. Send me the feedback. But mate, this place is ace.
How are you?
Look at all the posters at the back. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good, but I'm just like I'm jaw dropped at everything that's going on in here. Earlier I said to everyone, I was like, it's like a members club / exclusive events. Is that a good
It's going to be
description?
a launch space for car manufacturers and private hire as well, but mainly, and also a private hire space as well for a private members club.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, essentially.
And
that's
I was going to say,
go in, of course.
and not just any car.
The bowler.
Can you come and tell people about this, because I feel like if anyone follows you online, they'll know about it.
This is my baby. This is firstly in the colour of my Aventador S, which was hybrid roller, and it was basically a Dakar rally car made for the tarmac. So 3 cars, 3 right-hand drive cars, and it's in my green. It's in my favourite green and tan. It's the best.
It's unbelievable. I mean, the amount of tan leather in something that looks as aggressive as and insane as this thing does, and it's got a big old hunking V8.
It's got a supercharged V8. Yeah.
Supercharged
V8 in it.
Unbelievable.
550 horsepower, and they say it's quick round Silverstone as a Porsche Boxster as well.
Oh my god, it's unbelievable. It just looks so cool, and in this space, it looks absolutely mega.
Very happy, and the sim upstairs as well. The blade upstairs.
One of the reasons I was so late today was I did get a bit distracted on a sim at podium, so I should probably steer clear of that. Otherwise, I'll never make it home. Otherwise, yeah.
So the bar at the end, big commercial kitchen at the other end, and this space is basically going to be movable. So if you want a table of 5 tables of 10, you can do that. If you want more sitting area. So the space is going to be able to sort of move around.
Unbelievable. It looks great. Absolutely super cool. We'll catch up. We'll have a little chat about coffee, and then I want to show people your other new acquisition. We'll leave it at that. Now this is right up my street.
My new baby.
I mean, I adore this. Can we just point out, I mean, it's a lovely spec anyway, but the thing that makes it, for me at least...
Silver?
What, the interior? Oh, Twiggy's barking at something. Twiggy, what don't you like?
The sheep?
She's like just growling.
Or the pony, or the deer.
Or the car.
Or the car trailer.
Twiggy. Okay. cool mate.
So yeah, the blue interior. The blue with the red.
Were you waiting for a particular spec, or you just saw this one?
I'm a silver car man. I don't like red Ferraris.
Okay.
Personally, I like something a little bit more sort of quiet, especially on the big V12s. So Argento Nuremberg came up with the blue interior. So.
It's the same colour as that Challenge Stradale, which was knocking around here a while ago, right?
Yeah, yeah. And it's such good paintwork. I mean, for me, Ferrari paintwork is the best. And it hasn't even been ceramic coated yet.
Oh my god, in the sunlight like this, it looks unreal.
Great, isn't it? And I'm going to do a few things to it. Yellow brake calipers, I think it needs.
Okay.
And maybe a bit of a stripe, maybe across it, TDF heritage livery, or maybe on top.
I wouldn't go on top personally, but I think the
bonnet, the bonnet.
That's right.
And keeping the wheel silver as well.
So nice. Congratulations, that is absolutely mega.
I'm very happy.
Did you have F12 or anything like that? I
had an F12, and it's one of those cars I sort of regretted selling.
Yeah, okay, fine.
And that was burgundy interior. That was a really cool car. Yeah, and I've been waiting and waiting. And then, the prices, they're quite similar.
Yeah,
aren't they?
yeah, they've held. F12s are unbelievably well, but that thing is stunning. So yeah, huge congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Twiggy, are you still unhappy? She's unhappy about Ferrari. She's unhappy about something, aren't you? Filming each other. Well, arriving back at Porsche now, and what an awesome day it has been, and what an awesome car this PDK GT4 is. I'm sure lots of you will know I've sadly decided to sell my 911 40th anniversary, the 996. It's on collecting cars at the moment. I think when this video goes out, there's a couple of days left to go on the auction, but I've said it before, whenever I sell a Porsche, I immediately want to buy another Porsche. I always regret doing it, and sitting here right now, I really want to buy this Porsche. It's just so good, but I'm trying to save money, not spend it. I'm also trying to concentrate on parking this car, which I've done a very, very bad job at. So I'm going to end off this video. If you've enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and make sure you stay subscribed, because despite the fact my 40th anniversary is going, there's lots of very exciting Porsche content still to come.